Welcome to this week's Rogers McHugh YouTube video. In this week's episode we're going to tell you how to get rich from recruitment quick. Let's go! Welcome to this week's Rogers McHugh YouTube video. So in this week's episode we're going to tell you how you can get rich from sales or recruitment double quick time. Spoiler alert, the answer is you can't. So I hope we've managed to draw you in on false pretenses, because that was the aim. But it just won't happen. So you can't get rich from recruitment or any kind of sales role in 7 days. Work always wins. So you've got to put the effort in, you've got to put the groundwork in, you've got to build your brand, and you've got to spend time honing your craft. It says, or they reckon, that it takes 10,000 hours of practice, and that'll win the day. So every day that you're in work, you're building up your skill base, you're honing your skills. It might be that you're improving on a daily basis. It's probably not noticeable to yourself as you're doing it, but absolutely honing your skills. You're getting better at negotiation, you're getting better at closing clients, you're getting better at identifying the right candidates to go to market with. You're identifying sort of the client base that you want to be targeting. And if you're a business owner, obviously you can buy those 10,000 hours of practice in. So if you're not great on LinkedIn or on social media, you can bring in a social or a social media person who's built up that practice, who's put the 10,000 hours in, who's honed their craft, and you can bring them in and bolt them onto into your business. If you're a managing consultant, if you're a senior within the business, if you're a manager within the business, you can build your team, you can buy in those 10,000 hours of practice by going out and getting established consultants to join the business. Obviously you need to attract them, you need to provide them with the right environment to thrive, but you can speed the process up. If you're starting out, it's very difficult to speed that process up. You've got to put the hours in, you've got to put the work in, you've got to hone your craft. And ultimately, one saying I do like, learning gives you earning power. So And I like this because you come across this a lot in recruitment. A lot of consultants will believe that they're 360 consultants, especially coming out of COVID, where the market was really buoyant and recruitment went absolutely haywire. And we've seen it, and people that I've spoken to that own other recruitment businesses, they've seen it as well. People were getting into recruitment believing that they were doing a 360 job, which for people that aren't in recruitment means that you win the client, you win the work, you go and find the candidate and you fill the role. They were believing that they were 360 consultants. They weren't, because they weren't really winning the work. It was kind of coming to them either because of the brand of the company that they were working for, or they were just having to send sort of mail shots out to contacts. Because the market was so buoyant, they were getting work naturally coming to them. So really they were doing a 180 job. They were finding the candidates effectively and filling the roles that were coming to them. And as soon as the market twisted a little bit, all of those consultants that thought they were 360 really started to struggle to win work, because they'd not learned how to win business properly, how to map clients out, how to go and secure opportunities. And they'd not put 10,000 hours of practice in terms of the sales and the business development side of things. And as a result, they were failing. There was a lot of people that kind of left the industry because they weren't as successful as they were when they first started. They'd go and get internal recruitment roles, and the market shifted quite substantially. So, in a nutshell, as I've said, you can't get rich in 7 days in recruitment. People always want shortcuts. I think it's human nature to want shortcuts, and I actually quite like hiring people that want to be able to take shortcuts, because it means that they are efficient. So if they can do something in an hour, why do they want to take a full day doing it? But you can't shortcut being successful. Like I say, it's 10,000 hours of practice. It's repetition. It's putting the reps in. You know, if you go to the gym, which, as you can tell, I don't, but it's doing the reps day in, day out, which gets you stronger, which makes the difference. 10,000 hours of practice, it's putting the reps in, it's speaking to the clients, it's building your knowledge on how to do sales, and it's constantly practicing that craft. And there's a reason why you shouldn't want a shortcut. I don't believe you should want a shortcut. I don't want a shortcut. I don't want Rogers McHugh to go from where we are today, which is somewhere in the £5 to £6 million turnover bracket to 100 million turnover next year, because it'll be built on sand. There'll be no structure in place. It'll come crashing down. I'd much rather do it in a sustainable manner. That means that as we grow, we can continue to grow and we can maintain the progress. People do always want shortcuts, but here's one stat that always sticks with me that makes me realise why you shouldn't want shortcuts when it comes to being successful. 70% of lottery winning millionaires go bankrupt within a couple of years. Why is that the case? Because they've not honed the skills on how to be wealthy. They've not honed the skills on how to manage money. Invariably, they've come from not having great wealth previously, and by the time they've bought the cars and bought the houses and been on the holidays, they're left with nothing, rather than doing what the wealthy people would do if they came into a win in the lottery, because they've honed their craft of being wealthy. They know what to do with money when it comes to them in order that they can retain it. So no shortcuts, unfortunately, guys. However, if you do put the hours in, if you do put the effort in, and if you do put the reps in, you can absolutely become successful. So quick video this week, but I hope you liked it. Please subscribe to the channel. We're trying to grow the subscribers. I keep saying this every week. At the minute, we're getting probably about 80% of people viewing this channel aren't subscribers. So if you're watching this and you're not a subscriber, do me a favour, subscribe to the channel. Put your comments in the comments section on what you think about this. And I'd be interested to hear what your take is, whether you think I've missed anything, whether you think there is a shortcut to becoming successful. And I look forward to seeing you on the next video.